Hey guys, how's it going? So I wanted to talk a little bit about Cheetah. I really enjoy the character, but there's a few things that I feel haven't been, when she's been in development, I either think she's been, not had a lot of attention put into her, or she's just been kind of unfinished. Things like 223 being minus 31 doesn't make sense to me. If 22 was a tick, I could completely understand it. Her dive kick is, it's nowhere near Black Adam's level. When you're comparing these two characters, this is mid, and he's got like an overhead low fuzzy on top of all the other things, that the character has with, plus about dive kicks and stuff, and it's minus 3. She's just mid's minus 31. Why? What does she have that's so insane that does that? Her jumping punch is, I do believe her jumping punch is like barely plus on blocks, so whereas Batman can jump 2 into like highs and then just keep going or cancel the traits and all that sort of stuff, for a rushdown character she has to just do standing 2, the 9 frame mid, because it's the only thing that'll really catch them out. You can do back 2, but back 2 is just so painful in its damage, and it's only neutral on the reset unless you slam them down. It's you're not getting enough pressure. I mean, yeah, you can throw it out the odd time because it does add up in the end. It can't be your main goal though going forward if you want to actually win. Aquaman does 500 damage on a good combo, so you have to be really careful. Obviously a meter burn 4-3 is amazing. If anything, I'd nerf it to plus 5. I don't believe she needs to be plus 10, and the reason why is her corner game gets a little bit silly at that point. But who am I to say? Like, maybe she does need it at plus 10, but I don't think if she was to be changed elsewhere, I'd be quite happy at that being plus 5. So the main thing is her back 1 range needs to be improved. It needs to hit from about maybe here or so, just to give her something for the opponent to think about, because at the moment it's so bad. Like, it's so bad. Like, all her normal ranges are so bad. I think back 2 is her best normal, but it doesn't even tick. So it ticks on hit, but not on block, and on block it's full combo punish. So if your game plan is like, oh, just do back 2 tick throw if they're not respecting you and all that lot, you're not going to get very far against a good player, because if they just block it, it's only mid. If it was overhead or low, I'd be like, yeah, you can condition the hell out of them with it, but it's not. It's just a mid, guys. It's it's just nothing. And this doesn't. And as I said, this doesn't do enough damage. Then there's a down 3, so a down 3 is really good, but in a game with so many wake up options, backdashes to cater for, invincible wake ups, like I can't respect Aquaman's wake up, Trident Rush. I take 20% of my health gone. I can't respect it. So after this, I end up, I'll do a down 3, and then I kind of have to jump in and in, but then delayed wake up sort of stops that, and then once they realise that, they just delayed wake up every time, or they can even forward dash if I don't time it right. So there's that, but I wanted to show as well, just to solidify how poor her range is, for a rushdown character as well, and no plus frames hardly. This is just bad. This is what Aquaman can do right off the, right off the start. 11, I think it's like 11-12 frames, bang, combo starting low, hits. Amazing back 3 range, pretty decent forward 3 range as well. It's rough. It's really rough. It's not just Aquaman. It's quite a number of characters that are just obscenely rough for her, and it's tough. Her down 2 has no range, and it sucks at anti. I used to think it was good. Then the more I played, I just no. It trades all the time. It's just for 9 frames and such a vertical hitbox. It's so bad. I mean, yeah, it can work, but who's anti-air? Who's down 2 doesn't work at some point. I can't even, it ticks. Her down 2 actually ticks, especially in the corner and on wake up. If you get them just right on wake up, just as the waking up, you can actually get it to tick throw. But honestly, just no range again, and it's a problem for her. So no thing, you do jumping 2, you end up just doing like a jumping 2 by itself and then doing a command grab. But even then, if you do it too fast, the command grab won't link, so you've got to wait. And then you've also got a 50-50. Are they crouching after you've hit them with that, or are they standing because you've got a low and a high command grab? One of her best strings is obviously this, because it ticks on block, but it's a high. It's a high, and I can't jail a high off of this. I can't even jail a high off of this, really. She also doesn't have like a combo starter at all, so all the hit confirms just lead into full screen pushback, or you have to go into 2 meters, which is one of the best options, and it's that. Strings are riddled with gaps. This string doesn't work past the first month, and I knew it wouldn't because it's just too slow. You know, the overheads and stuff are too slow. There's no real mix there. The mix is the low here, but it's not that plus on here. You can't even like do this into cancel and then neem them. You're barely plus, if plus at all. This is no range. There's a gap is also between this. I find myself on background mounts maps doing this just to sort of get some kind of normal range on people. And then obviously the only other normal range is a 30 frame normal, which in a high paced game like this is going to be very tricky to pull off. And you end up finding yourself always using a bar of meter along with it. So that's kind of it in regards to Cheetah is now. I believe her lunge has problems in the fact that, you know, she can only go forwards or backwards out of it. She needs a neutral cancel lunge, because here if I forward cancel, I'm getting hit by a commands down 1 or down 2 check, and if I also do short lunge, I'm getting hit by down 2, and if I do far lunge, I'm getting hit by down 2. I can't avoid, basically I can't avoid that down 2. I have to do a really risky sort of, an instant dive kick and hope that he doesn't, you know, mash down 2 out, because again, the dive kick's one of the worst dive kicks in the game. No priority over any normals or any air to airs. Can't meter burn it to keep it safe like most characters can. I know Brain X isn't technically safe, but it's safe-ish. Sometimes, you know, people can miss the punish. Hers is just death on whiff and on thing and no tracking, so I'd like to see some kind of tracking for it. 223 minus 31, no idea why. So let's talk about what she can actually have without, you know, any major significant changes. Increase the range on back 1, make back 2 tick on block as well as hit. That'd be fantastic. And also I'd give her either one of these special moves, maybe both, you know, if you wanna go crazy, you know, whatever. Just give her an option to actually, you know, contest against like an Aquaman player. So here I can, you know, do spotted torpedo as just a way to you know, to check him from doing that. It also has excellent corner carry, which is going to be really important. Her other move, which is creeping predator, she can also punish with that, and she can also meter burn it. I'm not too sure about the meter burn follow-up. That doesn't look very competitive to me. It's just, obviously it's a lot of damage, but it's just another option for her. She can also hit confirm 2-2 if people are disrespecting her, but I don't want her offense to be too crazy. You know, it's tough because she has got some pretty decent, you know, offense, but I don't know. So let's just have a quick look at player select now, because I just wanted to go over the characters that I believe she really struggles with, and the ones that she doesn't, because it's a very weird matchup chart that she has. So Poison Ivy is, you know, I believe just a pretty 5-5 matchup, to be honest. You know, she's got really bad anti-airs, but she also has pretty decent keep away. So it's a bit of a 5-5 matchup. It could, but in the end, I'd imagine it's in Cheetah's favour just because of how bad Poison Ivy anti-airs are. Brainiac's in Cheetah's favour hugely. Yeah, he can meme dive kick, but as soon as you learn the matchup and just learn how to block his dive kicks, he hasn't really got much else. He can still win with some sort of staggers, where he staggers the low into the dive kick, but it's nothing. Once you get a grasp of the matchup, he's nothing too overwhelming. Very similar to Cheetah, in which he's got a very linear game plan, not too much to work with, and yeah, Cheetah just wins out. Meter burn forward freeze, you know, amazing. Bane, this is a 5-5 matchup, 100%. I can't think of it as anything else. Bane has better sort of kind of command grabs and a lot of armor to deal with, but again, meter burn forward 3, she's air mobility, things like that. She's got, you know, she's much faster than he is as well, so you can catch him during Venom downtime. It's just a really fun back and forth matchup. Scarecrow, now, I think people say Scarecrow bodies Cheetah. I'm not too sure about that. I've not had particular problems with him. Obviously you've got the whole thing. He's got long range normals and down 2s and stuff. I mean, I'm gonna go with 5-5 for the moment, but it could possibly be 6-4 in Scarecrow's favour. He does have the thing about Scarecrow and Cheetah. One of the main differences is his command grab is a mid, so he doesn't have to guess. And not only that, if he does his other option, which is the meter burn +6 move, which is if they're thinking about command grab, they're trying to jump out, he can convert into a full combo if you're trying to jump out of the command grab. Cheetah doesn't really have that. You just disrespect the command grab every time you Cheetah. If she's jumping in, disrespect the command grab. Her only thing she has really is like forward 3 in that instance, but it's a big read for 30 frames. You know, it's not like a +6 special like he has. I've not fought any Robins. I'm not gonna lie. I can't imagine it being in Cheetah's favour just because of his enormous range. You know, he's just gonna get in and he's gonna make sure she's. What can she do? It, I'm not gonna call it though. So for now, let's just stick at 5-5. But I can't imagine being different. Grod's an interesting one. He's got a lot of range, but he's not really got the mix that Cheetah has. I think Cheetah just gonna win this matchup hands down. Captain Cold, Cheetah wins the matchup. Captain Cold's got a good anti-air. People think he can stall and whatnot, and it's annoying, but Cheetah's patient enough. She just does way too much damage. And the ice little puddle on the floor, Cheetah just really doesn't care. She can fly over his head as well. You know, he's down 2, it doesn't reach, so that's another big plus for her. Atrocitus, I actually think this is closer to a 5-5 than I thought it was. I was really struggling at first, but once you learn the matchup and how Cheetah works, you can kind of catch him out of a lot of meter burn forward freeze and do a lot of damage to him. 5.5 in Atrocitus' favour for now, possibly 6, but who knows? Cheetah does actually quite well in this matchup. What do we think? Like, I mean, he's got no wake up, so you know, Cheetah doesn't do terrible. It's a 6-4 in Black Adam's favour, possibly a 7-3 depending on how patient he is. He's just got too many tools, but she does body him on his wake up, so there is that. But again, like, his wake ups are terrible, but he's got so many options: backdash, delayed wake up, neutral jump, wake up attack, jazz hands. You know, if he's like, why are jazz hands got so much range? I don't know. Joker. Now you'd think Joker was easy for Cheetah, but oh God no, he's down 2 is a nightmare. Down 2, backdash, down 2, backdash, down 2. He just memes you, and then you know, gunshots. Joker wins this 6-4. Wonder Woman, again, this is a really tough matchup for Cheetah. Wonder Woman bodies her, I'd say it's 7-3 in Wonder Woman's favour. She's one of the best space control characters in the game. I love Wonder Woman, I play Wonder Woman. This is tough for Cheetah, this is 7-3. Superman bodies Cheetah. This is 6-4 at least in Superman's favour, mainly just because he can just keep spamming lasers and then he chooses when to go in. She does do a lot of damage, but his wake ups are stupid. He's stupid, he's too strong, he's, you know, just no. I've not played enough Red Hood yet, so I guess we'll find out, but I don't expect it to be too bad in I think Cheetah might win this one, actually. Yeah, I think Cheetah wins the Red Hood matchup, if you look at it on paper. He doesn't have the best anti-airs, and his zoning isn't that good. He's got a lot of recovery, so I think Cheetah do really well against Red Hood. Darkseid, like, this matchup would be in Cheetah's favour. She'd win this 6-4. It'd be a big win for Cheetah, but she can't do the low stance against his Omega Beams. So as it currently stands now, this is 6-4, 7-3 Darkseid, because although she can buy the time, he just waits for trait, and as soon as he gets trait, he pops trait. You've got to guess when he's popping it, try and get in at that point, maybe lunge across. And then he's gonna do some damage to you, and then just go back to zoning, and it's just it's a rinse and repeat process, quite a lot like Black Adam with his trait, where he just waits for his trait to come up and then it goes. Black Canary is an interesting one. She does a similar thing where she just sits back and waits for trait. She's got pretty good anti-airs, or to be honest with you, she's not too bothered about you jumping because she's so slinky herself. She can kind of get under a lot of your stuff just by crouching. It can be very difficult to hit her. I would put this one at a 5-5. I feel like she's got good mix, you've got good mix, pretty even matchup. She may slightly win it though, just because of the restand factor, and also, you know, with a trait, and also the fact that she can just literally just walk backwards and wait for trait. You know, it's tough. It's tough. You can't make a bad move against her. 8-2, probably an 8-2 matchup. Don't say that. I don't think I've ever called. I thought Cyrax versus Percy Molina was 7-3, and this is 8-2. So if you want to go by that, if you're playing it right, you just spam batarangs, wait for bats to charge, go in with a battle, mix Cheetah up for a bit, or build some more meter, and then just go back again. It's just like hell, absolute hell for Cheetah. I think Cheetah wins this matchup. Just got to be careful of her wake ups. Make sure you punish them accordingly. Her zoning isn't too good against Cheetah. She's got some hitbox problems and things like that. But she is still a very, very good character. But I think Cheetah just, the meter burn 4-3 is very strong against Harley. So yeah, I'd say Cheetah wins this one 6-4. 7-3 in Aquaman's favour. Possibly even verging on 8-2. But I'm not going to go that far. It's not that bad. 7-3, maybe 6-4. It just, I don't know, if the Aquaman's playing the matchup how it's supposed to be played, he outranges her on the ground, and down 2 is almost impossible to get around, and he doesn't need to open you up. he's more than happy just chipping away. So it is a tough one. It's not unwinnable by any means, but it's a tough one. Firestone's a 5/5. It's just, you know, if he mixes you well and gets good reads on his lows, it's tough. It's not too easy to get in for Cheetah, although his projectile isn't the best and his NTS ain't great. But, you know, he has got the power of the mix, and his strings aren't too bad, and he's got really bad range on his strings, but so's Cheetah. So it's like a, you know, he normally suffers because of that, but in this matchup he can actually use his strings quite well. I've not fought against a Green Lantern to say. I mean, I'm going to assume Green Lantern wins, but maybe not. I mean, she bodies him on his wake up. Yeah, I'll put Cheetah winning this one to 6-4. His back one isn't that much of a threat because you're in the air most of the time. As Cheetah, you can whiff punish it as well with jump down back 2. So yeah, I'll put Cheetah as winning against Green Lantern, but I'm probably sure there's a couple of Green Lantern players that would body me. Flash is in the favour of Flash. He's got the advancing string that's multiple hitting. He's got some of the scariest mix-ups and pressure, and Cheetah doesn't oppress him like other characters do, where they can just keep him out. Cheetah Hatch has to go toe-to-toe with this guy, and he wins. He can also just do jump 1 for free against her constantly, and she's got no answer to it really. So yeah, Flash wins this one, 6-4 maybe. I'm not going to comment on Blue Beetle. I don't know. Nobody plays him at a high enough level, not that I've played, but he's not a bad character. Judging on his toolset and what his potential is, Blue Beetle probably wins. Dr. Fate, but Cheetah beats Dr. Fate 6-4. It's not a complete wash, but she gets around a lot of his zoning options. Catwoman Cheetah's 5/5. Played this matchup quite extensively. There is an argument to say that Catwoman wins, but I just don't think it's true. I think one of the main issues is she can back 3 every time Cheetah tries to do a jump in, and she's like got no hurt box, but you can get around that by doing down back 2 in the air, and if you gobble your down back 2s, it will hit her, so she has to do meter burn back 3, but that's a whole other mind game altogether. This is a really fun matchup. It's 5/5. Just be careful, she's got a very good down 2, so you're not going to get too many jump ins, but if you know she's down 2 in, you know, on reaction, make sure that you're checking her with dive kicks to make her think twice about doing that to open up the opportunities to get in. So you do have to take risks, but you both do a lot of damage, and it's just a good fun matchup. Not played any cyborgs. I can't imagine it being fun for Cheetah. He's actually got very obnoxious zoning, and he can get away with grappling hook. I can't see Cheetah winning this matchup other than just abusing his wake up. So it could be 5/5 just based on, you know, if Cheetah gets in, she's in. So I'm going to call it 5/5 for now, but I think Cyborg just keeps her out in general and will win over the course of a set just from just constant zoning, you know. I've not fought against a Green Arrow, but I actually think this is in Cheetah's favour because he can't block with an arrow loaded. And if he can't block with an arrow loaded and Cheetah lunges in with jump 3, like jump 3 is one of the most obnoxious normals in the game that Cheetah has, he's not going to block it, and then it's a full combo. So Green Arrow can't play his, you know, jump away game where he's jumping and firing arrows at you. How's he going to beat Cheetah? I don't see it. Maybe, but again, I've not fought against a good Green Arrow. Also, he can't just wake up for free because he may have been forward 3 and things like that. So, yeah, I don't know about this one. I think it's in Cheetah's favour. I think it is. It's tough. I think it's in Cheetah's favour. She can meme you quite a bit though with some random down one into breaths and stuff. It's most likely 5/5, but if I'm going to go 5.5 in Cheetah's favour, just because Supergirl can't do too much about the sweep, and her wake up just doesn't cut it against Cheetah at all. She's not got a decent backdash either. So yeah, you will lose games where she just sort of does random overheads, you know, teleports, and you just don't block it, or maybe, you know, she opens you up with some breaths. But in general, over a long set, Cheetah will edge it out. So it's either 5.5 in Cheetah or 6.4 in Cheetah's favour. Swamp Thing's in Swamp Thing's favour. Swamp Thing actually gets to use his tool set against Cheetah, which he doesn't really, you know, it's a rare thing for Swamp Thing to actually be able to compete, but his normals are great against Cheetah. Although his log is death on, you know, punish, you're not always going to react to it. He's got good mix, great damage. His standing one is just one of the best. You're never jumping on him, ever. You know, if they're just sat there just holding back, waiting for you to enter their sort of the basic forward 2, I think the forward 2 range, they just wait for you to do anything standing 1, bang, standing 1 is done. So yeah, you don't want to jump against him. You're eating a hell of a lot of damage. He's got command grabs as well. His tree wake up's a joke. Every time you go near him on wake up, you have to meet a burn forward 3 just to cover it. There are some things where if you know you've got the hit advantage, you can do 3-3-2 to get under it, but that's a read. And if he does backdash, people go, oh, you can do forward 2-3. Go, yeah, but if he backdashes, it's a full combo punish. Are you really going to take that risk? No, you meet a burn forward 3, so every time you knock him down with a sweep, which is like your best normal to get into that range, you have to spend a barometer just to keep on top of him, and you knock him out of sweep range with a 4-3 pushback. I'd hazard to say it's 6-4-7-3 in Swamp Thing's favour. I've even got a set against Swamp Thing. It's not easy. Now it's not unwinnable, obviously, and it's nowhere near as bad as the power characters, so to speak, but it's still, equally as tough. I can't remember if I even mentioned Deadshot. I don't think I did mention Deadshot. So Deadshot is in Deadshot's favour. Anyone that thinks Cheetah wins this matchup either hasn't played a good enough Deadshot or just doesn't understand that Deadshot just has a range of options. He can't zone you. He can't zone Cheetah. He can't, he can't wake up for free. It's all true. But he does have mix, he does have damage, he's got better normals, better specials, he just beats her flat out. It's as simple as that. And I do believe that ties everything up. So thank you for watching this. This is just like a sort of pre-balanced patch roundup of Cheetah. She's a really fun character, but she has some very questionable design choices and normal hitbox ranges and a lack of specials. I'd like to see some changes to that, some more safety to her, and possibly the addition of some of her non-competitive mode special moves being added to give her a little bit more diversity and a little bit more range on back one, so that you can actually use that in the neutral to try and actually open people up, because at the moment it's very hard when someone's just holding back to hit a normal that's so short ranged. I'd also like her back two on block and on hit to go into a command grab, but I want there to be a gap so that if they do a jump out, they can jump out the command grab and punish. I'm not a madman. I'm trying to be fair about these things. I know it's gone on quite long for the video, but I've not made some videos in a while, so I might as well make a pretty long one. So thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this, like and subscribe. I'm going to do a Wonder Woman roundup as well, I think. And obviously, I'm not, people looking at Red Hood, I'm not too bothered about Red Hood. He's boring to me. I don't like him at all. I don't like his play style. You're fishing a lot for, he's low, and I just don't like his character. But when Starfire comes out, I'm definitely going to be looking into it, and obviously there's way more DLC to come. I'm even going to look into Sub-Zero. He might be pretty cool. So I guess we'll find out. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.